Dr. Singh, I want to bring to your notice, and that's the second center stage face-off question for tonight, Jairam Ramesh's flip-flops. Now, I asked him a question at the India Today conclave in March, where we said Fukushima has happened, what does this mean for India? At that time, and later he wrote a letter to the Prime Minister's office as well, at that time Jairam Ramesh told us at the conclave that there is a need to pause, assess, we've ordered a probe, let the results of that probe come out. We might need to split up the Jaitapur project instead of one big 9,000 megawatt power plant. Let's split it up into 9 or 10 so that damages can be limited. He said all of that. And now this sudden urgency, this volte-face. Explain this flip-flop, Dr. Singhvi.
Number one, we are a democracy. Individual comments, question-answer sessions don't matter. There's a system to it. Number two, you have forgotten that the Ministry of Environment, which is an institutional entity headed by the Minister, has passed a detailed reasoned order dated 28th of November 2010, given point-by-point reasons why, although there are arguments, valid arguments about biodiversity in the region, on balance, Jaitapur should go on. That's a 5 or 6 page order. Please look at it.
No, but that happened before Fukushima. The point that I'm making is after Fukushima, Jairam Ramesh, your Environment Minister, said there's a need to pause. There's a need to assess, there's a need to investigate. That investigation report is not out yet, Dr. Singhvi.
1 minute. Yes, it happened before Fukushima. So let's be clear. Everything except Fukushima is covered in that, right? Now the only question arises in Fukushima that an earthquake happened there. Remember, the earthquake, which was of 8.9, which is about as massive as it can get, still did not cause a problem in the nuclear plant. That shows that earthquakes do not cause a problem so easily. Thereafter, water, because the tsunami entered. The chances of water through a tsunami.
No, but you aren't answering the question, Dr. Singhvi. The question is simple. Your Environment Minister said, till the time the report comes out, let's pause the project, let's not proceed. Now we see this urgency. Germany has put its nuclear power projects on hold. We've seen China do the same. They were very aggressive about nuclear power plants. There seems to be this urgency. The allegation is it's happening under foreign pressure.
Let me come in.
I'm coming to you.
Jaitapur is going to be commissioned in 2018. There is a long time. All reports will be before that. And let me tell you, if the slightest danger is found because of tsunami or sea or wind, etc., we have full scope for mid-course correction. It is not that Jaitapur is coming up tomorrow. We have full scope.
Okay.
We'll know in a few weeks if there's any further. You can't be dogmatic about it. The problem is that those who are protesting, or the Shiv Sena, who incidentally Shiv Sena is the party which supported Enron fully subsequently, after a flip-flop.
That's right. And let me put that question then
the point is
to Rahul Navrekar.
The point is that you have full scope for mid-course correction if you have statesman-like balanced approach. We are all here to discuss, but today you can't say per se the project should not go. Let's say in 2, 3, 4 weeks time, 6 weeks time, we know every aspect of Fukushima.
Okay, you made your point. You made your point. Rahul Navrekar, this is a very crucial question you must answer. The question of how the Enron power project at Dabhol was opposed tooth and nail by your party when you were in opposition. And the moment you came to power, those images are very stark of the Enron executives meeting Bala Sahib Thackeray and a deal being struck. The allegation very clearly is that this is the Shiv Sena politicizing. If you were in power, your approach might have been different.
Absolutely not. I just heard my fellow panelists talking about democracy. Looking at what has happened in Jaitapur for the last couple of days, it appears that we are back in British Raj and there is no more democracy that exists in this country. What are we talking about? We are talking about taking the local people in confidence. We are talking about discussing the R&R issues with them. We are talking about having a legitimate public hearing. We are talking about listening to their grievances. We are talking about convincing them as to the safety measures which the government is taking up. We don't have a proper legislation on nuclear liability in place. We want to set up nuclear plants in this country. This is what we are agitating against. We need the government to be made accountable to the people of the place whose livelihood and life they are playing with. That is the protest.